Hi there, welcome to the first official episode of the Abroad Dilemma. My name is Aditya and I welcome you all wholeheartedly. Well, one of the most common question I come across from a lot of students who are wanting to pursue their careers in America but are hesitant because of their financial backgrounds. You see, especially a lot of students coming from India are usually coming from a humble background, meaning middle class families. And so taking an initial loan of ranging anywhere amount between 25 lakh to 50 lakh could be overwhelming, and I understand that. And so there could be a lot of decision making on questions like, is it worth taking such a big amount of loan to going to America to pursue a career, especially during this pandemic? Or will I be able to clear off my loan in with working in America in less than 2 years? Other question could possibly be, will I get an immediate job after I graduate, or will I have to wait for certain months with a lot of stress? Eventually, even if I get a job, will I be able to get my H-1B visa? Well, if these are some of the common questions you have a problem dealing with, I believe it could be a lot of mental pressure, and I'm with you on that one. I've been there, I've tried understanding similar dilemmas that I've had when I was trying to make a decision, coming from a humble background myself. Let's talk about the pragmatic approach, whether we should go to pursuing a career in America if we come or with a lot of financial calculations at the back of our minds. All right, point number one. Well, I believe the state that you choose to go pursue your education matters the most. Well, in this country with 52 states, there are different approaches where you'd see a lot of different economy running. Meaning, if you go and live in New York for a month and then you come back to Utah to live for a month, you'd see your expenditures way too different. In a state where you have a lot of urban population with a lot of metropolitan population, a lot of companies growing, and XYZ reasons to add on to it, you would see your expenses growing up. So, if you could make a choice in studying in one of the universities, which is not much expensive state wise, would save you a lot of money in the time frame of 2 years or a year and a half, depending on how quickly you want to accelerate and complete your degree. Well, there could be a lot of other factors in wanting to select a university, and which could be a topic for a complete different video altogether. But it's the university that you choose to, or rather, the state in which you want to pursue or choose your university for your graduation, should also consider the job prospect for your majors. Just to give you a quick example, I, coming from a construction management background, have an idea that most of the states like Utah, Arizona, Colorado, Nevada have already planned their infrastructure projects lined up until the year 2022, meaning that these states are already funded with federal infrastructure projects until 2022. And that could be a good insight for me to make a decision saying that if the states have enough funding for infrastructure projects, possibly the states would have ample of opportunities. So, with that being said, similarly is a kind of analysis that you have to make based on reading articles and expanding your connections on LinkedIn and talking to people about their jobs, their experiences in different states. I hope that gives you out a better idea and a better sense of probable calculation you can make with your decisions in wanting to choose the state for your university. Point number two, keeping your financial budget. One of the things that I actively did after getting a mentor was managing and giving a close eye to the finances I do. I had budgeted my expenses for eating, of course, the rent, which you cannot change, for grocery, for different miscellaneous expenses I did in my everyday life. And keeping a close eye to your budget and your expenditure and tracking them accurately could help you save a lot of money that just doesn't disappear in the air. A financial template for spreadsheet with you guys if you are interested in having that, which kind of helped me a lot in keeping an everyday track of my finances, just making me aware and keeping my toes on the ground about the expenses I make, which helped me be financially more stable. If you have a part time job, that could be another way where you can actually even plan on savings some money just as a contingent fund. So, the second parameter synopsis of it is keeping a close track of your expenses, and having realistic budgets. And I have a template that I can really, really help you on that. Third point, which is the most important according to me, is networking. Well, if you come here, work your off, and then eventually do things like making the best use of the professional career centers, which help you with making good resumes, cover letters, teaches you a lot of interview skills, or simple activities like keeping your resume in your bag so that you can practice your elevator pitch and talk to people you meet who work with big companies relating to your majors, or just talking to your professors about the interest, about their line of research, about they knowing somebody from the industry where you could apply for an internship, or just volunteering in a lot of events that keep on happening all around the year in these universities could be some different ways where you can potentially network and get to know a lot of more people rather than staying in the groups of people from your own country. A big mistake that I personally made was I stayed among a lot of Indian community, which is not bad, but which always kept me in a comfort zone and kept me away from actually networking and making good connections in my industry, which happened in the later part of the year. But that is something one can do as soon as they come up to the university and get their ice breaking done in the first couple months. And last point is keeping patience and consistent efforts irrespective of the results not going your way. One of the key verses from Bhagavad Gita that I'm trying to abide by myself is not getting attached to the fruits of the efforts or the activities that I do. But trust me, in practical life, when you get the rejections of the intense applications you do after revising your resume, could be discouraging. Or applying for a particular part-time job and somebody else getting that, possibly a roommate, and you not getting it, could be disappointing as well. But keeping your efforts uptight and consistent and keeping the patience, trust me, this country has a lot to offer. Uh, on a personal note, I'd like to end this video by just asking you to please let me know if there are any other questions I could help you in the comment section. Also, if you want to get a hold of me, you can just visit my website, which the link for which I've given out in the description below. And also, all you need to just do is go to the Let's Talk tab and click here to schedule a quick chat or a phone call we can do over the dates and the timings mentioned here. That way we can make sure we get all your questions answered. And with that being said, here's a small effort I have to let you guys know that I'm really thankful about all the efforts listening me out throughout this video, and I really appreciate giving your valuable time to this. Thank you.